The United Nations Millennium Development Goals are 8 targets that all 191 UN member states have agreed to achieve by 2015. The United Nations Millennium Declaration, signed in September of 2000, commits world leaders to fight discrimination against women and children, disease, hunger, poverty, illiteracy, and environmental degradation. All of these goals cannot be attained without addressing each and everyone. All of them influence, affect, and depend on better global health programs and policies. Now, let's have the pupils of Grade 10 Bangkal to elaborate the 8 Millennium Development Goals.
Priscilla Q. And today, we will talk about the first Millennium Development Goals. It is to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. Therefore, to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, it's all about developing countries, particularly in Africa and Asia, suffer from extreme poverty and hunger. Poverty and hunger leads for severe malnutrition, which leads to lifelong physical and cognitive damage and affects health, well-being, and the economy. Here's guys to give some key suggestions to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger.
Details. So first is education. Education will help end poverty because with basic education, parents learn more about how to care for themselves and their family. Number 2, promoting gender equality. Promoting gender equality helps reduce chronic hunger, leads to longer lasting peace, benefits entire family, and improve all those faced with discrimination. Number 3, producing more jobs. Number 4, investing more agriculture. Number 5, strength nutrition program for children and infants. And lastly, support and protection of development and vulnerable countries during crisis. Good day, everyone. The second Millennium Development Goals is achieve universal primary education. Persons, particularly women who are educated, are more likely to seek medical care, especially during pregnancy. Ensuring proper nutrition for their family, adopting healthy sanitary practices, and ensuring immunization of children. As an effect, infants and children have better survival rates, are healthier, and better nourished. The targets of Achieve Universal Primary Education is to ensure that by 2015, children everywhere, boys and girls alike, will be able to complete a full course of primary education.
Thank you, Dana. So first is marry and have their families at a later stage of life. Marrying and making their own family at a later stage shows that family planning is in effect. They are controlling their number of children because they are already near their age within they would become infertile or unable to bear a child anymore. Second is practice family planning and have a fewer children. Third, know rights, responsibilities, and civic obligations. This includes voting, obeying laws, paying taxes, and jury duty. Fourth, seek employment and sustain personal and family needs. Parents must have jobs to sustain their personal and family needs. Fifth is have disease risk of getting sexually transmitted infections like HIV or AIDS. And lastly, support and protection of developing and vulnerable countries during crisis.
The third Millennium Development Goal is to promote gender equality and empower women. Gender equality means equal representation of men and women. It implies that all genders should have equal value and treatment. Equal gender treatment empowers women and other groups, creating opportunities in education, work, finances, and other aspects which improves the economy and lessen effects of financial crisis.
Gender equality can be achieved through early childhood development intervention, promotion of women's political rights and involvement, improved productive health programs and policies, education and integrating gender equality into school curriculum, improve women access to work, and strengthen labor policies for women, supported and protection of developing and vulnerable countries during the crisis.
Target is to eliminate gender disparity in primary, secondary education, preferably by 2005 and in all levels of education no later than 2015.
Gender parity index of gross enrollment ratio is 1.03 in primary education, 1 in secondary education, and 0.89 in tertiary education 2012 to 13. As per census 2011, the ratio of female youth literacy rate to male youth literacy rate is 0.91 at all in the level, and it's likely to reach the level of 1 by 2015. It is projected that the share of women in wage employment can at least reach our level of about 22.28% by 2015. Proportion of seats in national parliament held by women is only 12.24%.
So the status is very close to the target.
Good day everyone, I am Patricia Illustrator, and today I'm going to talk about the 40th Millennium Development Goals, which is reduce child mortality. Programs and policies which help reduce child mortality, like improving nutritional intake, healthcare facilities and infrastructure, and other fields which improve children's lives, strengthening local and national health programs and policies is one way to reduce child mortality, which include: first is the immunization programs. This program primarily aims to reduce the morbidity and mortality among children against the most common vaccine-preventable diseases, which includes tuberculosis, poliomyelitis, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, and measles. Second is assuring the survival and better health of mothers, linking health centers and referral hospital is the key to maternal survival. Third one is improving reproductive health programs and policies. Some examples are offer age-appropriate, comprehensive sex education, use mass media, and many more. Last one is the better nutrition program for infants, children, and mothers. Every infant and child has the right to good nutrition according to the Convention on the Rights of the Child.
The target of reduced child mortality is reduced by 2/3 between 1990 and 2050. The under 5 mortality rate achieved. Under 5 mortality ratio U5MR was estimated at 125% per 1,000 live birth in 1990. As sample, the registration system 2030, the U5MR is at 45 deaths per 1,000 live birth, and as per the historical trend, it is likely to reach 48 deaths per 1,000 live birth. That is very close to the target.
Millennium Development Goal number 5, improve maternal health. Improving maternal health is key to saving the lives of more than 500,000 women who die as a result of complications from pregnancy and childbirth each year. Almost all these deaths could be prevented if women in developing countries had access to adequate diets, safe water and sanitation facilities, basic literacy and health services during pregnancy and childbirth. Hunger and malnutrition have been found to increase both the incidence and fatality rate of conditions that cause up to 80% of maternal deaths. FAO contributes to improving maternal health through efforts to improve women's access to productive resources and income, improve women's nutritionally status, and empower women to obtain better healthcare, education, and social services. FAO also promotes nutrition awareness among women and girls in rural areas, and nutrition education in schools. Heavy workloads combined with poor diets and frequent pregnancies several weaken women's health. FAO provides assistance for the introduction of labor-saving technologies for women's tasks in agriculture, food preparation and processing, and for more easily accessible water supplies and fuel for cooking. FAO also promotes home gardens as a means to improve household and maternal nutrition, support healthy behaviors that improve women's health, such as breastfeeding, smoking cessation, and physical activity. Recognize and address factors that are associated with overall healthy and well-being, including those related to social determinants of health.
We talk about combat HIV/AIDS, malaria, and other diseases. Therefore, the combat HIV/AIDS, malaria, and other diseases is emerging in three emerging diseases like HIV/AIDS, malaria, influenza, and other diseases affect productivity and growth of nations. Some of the effects of disease outbreak are loss of jobs, shortage in professional workers, and creating social crisis. Children are the most vulnerable and are exposed to exploitation and abuse, undermining their normal growth and development.
The combat HIV/AIDS, malaria, and other diseases is improve housing conditions, increased access to anti-malaria medicines, promoting safer sex behavior and preventive education for all, promoting tuberculosis, TB screening or HIV or AIDS person and TB directly observed treatment short or TB-DOTS course therapy, promoting the use of insecticide treated nets to fight mosquito-borne diseases.
Ensuring environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability refers to the responsible use and management of natural resources to ensure their availability for future generations. The need to ensure environmental sustainability arises from the fact that human activities have been causing significant damage to the environment, which has resulted in climate change, pollution, deforestation, and loss of biodiversity. Individuals can play a significant role in ensuring environmental sustainability by adopting various sustainable practices. Here are some examples. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Individuals can reduce their carbon footprint by reducing their consumption of goods and reusing recycling materials instead of throwing them away. 2. Use energy-efficient products. Number 3. Use renewable energy resources.
Actions. Governments can also play a critical role in ensuring environmental sustainability. 1. Environmental regulations. Governments can implement environmental regulations and standards to ensure that business and individuals adhere to sustainable practices. Number 2. Promote sustainable practices. Governments can promote sustainable practices by providing incentives and subsidies for business and individuals that adopt sustainable practices. Number 3. Invest in a clean energy. Governments can invest in a clean energy infrastructure such as wind and solar power plants to reduce their reliance on fossil fuels. Ensuring environmental sustainability is crucial for the health of the planet and future generations. Individuals, business, and governments all have a role to play in this effort. By adopting sustainable practices, reducing waste, using renewable energy sources, and implementing environmental regulations,
the Global Partnership for Development is to further develop an open, predictable, rule-based, non-discriminatory trading and economic system, address the special needs of small islands, developing estates, and landlocked developing countries, deal exhaustively with the debt problems of developing nations, provide access to affordable essential drugs in the developing world, and to avail benefits of new technologies, especially information and communications, in collaboration with the private sector.
I hope you have learned more about the 8 Millennium Development Goals. This is Maxine Exelise from Bangkal TV, signing off.